We're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're back. It's another episode of the Manhood Tree podcast. Livecast.
Yeah.
I'm still calling it a podcast, though. By the way, my name is Abdul-Rahmaan I, Muhammad, and I'm here with...
My name is Alonzo Beckett.
Alonzo Beckett.
And I'm the owner of NE Video.
Nice. Good to promote your business on the podcast right out the door.
Got it.
We have a guest today. You want to introduce yourself?
Rob, that's me.
That's it?
That's it. It's just Rob.
Yeah.
That's what we go. Yeah.
Just call me Rob.
That's it. Hey, we have a power pack show today. I'm very excited. I mean, I felt like I put a lot of work in on getting this stuff together. And right now, Zoe, the show is showing a bunch of chords.
Is the show live?
Yeah. But it's showing...
So I want to make sure everybody's there, you know?
It's showing a bunch of chords.
Nah, it's live right there.
Look at this.
I don't know.
Look at this, Zoe. This is what the people
Watch.
see.
3, 2, 1. It's got to be a lag or something.
Oh my God.
Is there a lag?
It's on the wide shot now. Okay.
Oh,
good.
there it is. There's a lag,
Sheesh.
man. I pressed it a while
Hey,
ago.
hopefully I'm happy you stayed with us.
You know?
For watching the chords. Now we get to see the live people here in the room. It is. It's about a 5-second lag.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
But that's okay. So let's just jump into it. It's been a good week. I feel like how have you guys been doing this week? How has your week been since the last time we were on getting it in?
Well, I've had a good week. I mean,
My week's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys working out? You getting a little workout in a week?
I haven't worked out in a while. It's probably been about a good 2 weeks.
2 weeks off. Okay.
But I work out though.
But so what do you do? What kind of workout are you doing when you work out?
I'll go and I mainly want to work on my cardio. So
Okay.
I want to get diesel, but I just want to be able to get out of somewhere if I need to get out of fast.
So a little running, just be like,
Yeah,
Nigga,
so,
out of
Okay.
here fast.
shoot around for a little bit.
Yep.
A couple of suicides.
Okay.
Then I go on the elliptical.
yes,
Do that for about a good 12 minutes. That's my max.
12 minutes.
Get on that bad boy.
Okay,
So I do that, then I go do a couple of weightlifting.
lightweight.
Yeah, like
Yep.
an hour tops. Like I'll be
Okay.
for an hour.
That's
15
pretty
minutes.
good.
Yeah.
So what about you? I know you're working out consistently.
Yeah, I go to the gym Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
That's all. Try to be healthy, make it a routine, make it part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make myself feel guilty if I don't go. I just try to get to that point.
I haven't been to the gym in about 3 months.
So you're gonna be sore like when you the first day.
Listen, what
That's gonna be my main thing. I'd always be like,
Yeah, that's why
what
you
my
gotta keep
goal
going back.
is. What my goal is right now, I would like to be able to run a mile.
Oh, that's easy.
I could do that.
Okay, guess what? I have kidney failure.
No, don't.
You, but guess what?
He's like, no, don't.
No,
do it.
No, I'm gonna
Do
do it. I'm gonna do
He's
it.
like, no.
I'm planning on starting out with running a quarter of a mile. Like, just get on the treadmill and run a quarter of a mile. And when I don't know if I can run a quarter of a mile right now. But when I can, then I'm gonna pump it up to half a mile, and then three quarters of a mile, and then finally a mile. And I'm gonna do that before we hit summertime.
You
Yes.
could just do like you can walk and then run.
Do a walk for a quarter, then run for a
Just
quarter.
make your whole goal a mile, but then just
No, but a mile takes too long right now.
what is it?
No.
9 minutes? 10
No,
minutes?
not when you can't. If I'm walking, it takes like 30 minutes.
What pace are you walking at?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, obviously he's skipping. He's stopping at the
I'm
start.
walking.
That's a long time.
What's the
Listen,
longest mile
ever.
Like,
All
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
No
If you're
way.
just
Average mile is
walking,
probably like 12 minutes. Like
walking.
So 20. I say 24 minutes walking. 25.
Listen,
not 30.
listen. All I'm saying to you is, I'm about to give it a shot.
Okay.
I feel like, and then I also feel like I need to start doing some push-ups. I need to tighten up a little bit. Right up
When
in
the wife
here.
been on you, he's like,
No,
all of a sudden he gonna tighten up.
I gotta tighten it up. I gotta do something. All right, so I wanted to give a shout out to the Bloomfield High School students. Give them a little round of applause, though.
I'm gonna look for that while you talk about them.
You forgot where it is? It's
No,
over there.
I changed it when we were doing a little earlier. I
Oh
changed
my
it.
goodness.
Yeah.
Last
I have this
week-
though.
What you got? Last week, we had the Bloomfield High School
Make it
students.
too loud.
That's
just your name. Yeah. No.
We had him come over. Jesse White, Principal White, brought him over here. They wanted to learn about doing a podcast, and so what I did is just put them on the podcast and let them do their own show. And they did a great job. They jumped in there and just started talking, making things happen. And so what is it? Why is it important for us as older men to be able to give younger men opportunities when they show up for stuff? Why is that so important?
Rob, what do you think, Rob? Let Rob go first.
Yeah. Just maybe they might not get that opportunity like when they get older.
Yep.
Or maybe if they do get the opportunity, you're prepared. You prepare them for the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
it's important. Yep. So what you think?
So the question was,
why should we give them opportunities? Why is it important for us to give young men opportunities?
Young men that look like me?
Yeah.
Because maybe our environment that we grow up in, it's not easy to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
It's looked as a weakness to ask for help.
Right.
So if a kid is confused, maybe he likes something that's not popular by other people.
Yeah.
For us to like reach out, reach down, whatever you want to say, help them out.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it feel like it's okay for them to ask other people. So maybe I'm the first person they ask, but now they feel like, man, he was cool. I think he'll help me as well.
Right.
So it kind of gives, it just helps the kids out that otherwise wouldn't say anything, because kids are, for whatever reason it is, they don't communicative, maybe that's the word. But they don't really socialize too much nowadays. So I think it's good because you could, it's a good way of reaching them, a good way of talking to them. You both like something in common. They probably listen to you more than anybody else because they like what you're doing.
Right.
They will look up to you.
Yeah. My whole thing is I always feel like if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so as young black men, I feel like you got to always be ready. And so it's like put them in the fire, put them in the opportunity, and then allow them to be able to, either they're going to swim or they might fail. But it's okay if they fail because they were surrounded. It was me, Jesse, Chris were here. So they couldn't fail because they had support in the room. Right. And so as long as we are giving them opportunities and we're also providing them with support, it's a win-win every time. That was my thought process. So I thought the guys did a great job, and I look forward. They're going to be doing a show called Hawk Talk TV at Bloomfield High School. And so I think it's going to be a pretty good show.
You got the colors on today too, matter of fact.
These are actually my people colors.
But those are their. Yeah,
these, you know the My People color wave is based off of Syracuse University.
And you're a fan of Syracuse.
So Bloomfield is probably late down in my. It is not connected.
I'm just saying.
To that. Yeah.
Just as he's talking about it, you got the colors.
I know. My wife said that, and I was like,
yeah,
it's My People colors. All right. Put up our first topic of discussion. This is the Andre 3000 joint.
All right.
It's at the bottom.
I got it.
The Billy, you saw that?
Is that it? Watch how it comes in.
So one of the things that we're working on, as you guys know who have been following the show, we're taking the rest of the year to get all the kinks out, to figure this out. So for 2024, we want to be 100%. So here we are right now, just taking our time. Practicing, getting all of our stuff together. We're feeling pretty confident about next year. So our first topic of the day is we wanted to talk a little bit about the Andre 3000 album. There's been a lot of talk about the album. The flute, right.
I saw a funny meme real quick.
Yeah.
It had someone put it up, that Kenny G on the album.
Yeah.
With his sax, and he was like, Kenny G got word that Andre 3000 premiered this album, so he's coming back.
He's coming back. Yo,
beef going on.
Yeah, they don't, but it just
So for those who don't know, Andre 3000 is a member of the group Outkast. In case you guys didn't know that. And then after he didn't never leave Outkast, but he basically went and did some other projects, did a little acting, and right now he just came out with an album that. People are talking about the flute, but it's actually, I think it's more than just flute. It's like a lot going on those songs. And so the angle that I would like to talk about today, though, is black men and their ability to change. Black men and their ability to change. So Andre 3000 is known as a rapper. Now he's playing the flute. He's doing different stuff. Why is it that people want to put us in a box and not let us change? It's open on either one of y'all can jump on that.
Well, I think Andre, in this case, like me, like I grabbed, I was like, oh, it's coming out. I waited till the next morning to go to the gym. I sat on the bike, like, press play to listen to the whole thing.
Yep.
And it wasn't what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, you get that, I guess, that entitlement. Like, man, this ain't what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Right? So people have, that's the first thing you get because you're mad at him because it's not what you want from him because you're used to bars. I mean, he's top 3, So when you get this, you're like, man, so once you get over the part that you're upset with him because he didn't give you what you wanted, then you be like, man, all right, well, he could do that.
Yeah.
He can. You don't always have to. But we wanted some like some J. Cole, because he's like to us,
right,
a little older than J. Cole's fan base. He was saying stuff like that when we were young.
Right.
So it's like if he was to come out with an album now, waited so long, we thinking, man, it's about to be 4,000, whatever. So then when it comes out, it's a little disappointing, and then you have the I guess the hip hop community say it's not. We were discussing that it's not hip hop. It's something else.
It's something else.
I listened to it. It wasn't. It was alright. I just feel like the flute, like a couple of first 3 songs, I stopped listening to it after the third song. But
it's like the third song is 30 minutes.
When he was playing the flute, I felt like that was him rapping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the flute form.
Yeah.
Because he had the beat and everything behind it, but then he was playing the flute, so I felt like that was him rapping basically.
Yeah.
Because that was alright, but then after it just got real weird after that.
Got weird. But what about the whole concept of him as a man?
I like
deciding change that he can go a different direction.
Right. Well, I mean, he's talented. He could do anything he wants anyway.
Yeah, but I'm not even really talking about Andre 3000. I'm talking about you. What if you decided that you wanted to, like, you're known for whatever you're known for, and then you decided, you know what, I'm about to start doing things differently.
Yeah. Almost like reinventing yourself.
Reinventing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So shouldn't we all have the ability to do that, where we can reinvent ourselves if it's for the positive? It's not like I'm saying, okay, today I'm an extremely positive guy, and then tomorrow I want to be a killer, a rapper, a gangster rapper. Like, it's like Abdul went from having a social service agency, and now he's doing gangster rap as a living.
I think people we live in a community where everyone needs to know everything.
What does that mean?
In a society where it's like, if you do something as an artist, we feel like we should know. So let us know you ain't coming out with a rap album.
Right.
That's what people think. I mean,
well, he did say it wasn't a rap album. He said it was going to be the flute.
He said that?
He said that.
All right, if he talked to what his people upset. I didn't know that. So that's why I was like, I thought it was something different.
My thing is this. It's like, imagine that people are expecting you to do one thing for your entire life. Like, just because
I should be known for just one thing anyway.
Right.
Like, you as I don't want to be just known for one. I don't want to be known for
the thing you did when you were 18 years old.
For the past.
For your whole life.
That means you're just a basketball player. You're just
a
basketball player. Why aren't you playing ball right now? Why aren't you playing ball, bro?
Because how about this?
Everybody.
Would you be mad?
I want you to go dunk.
I'll give you a perfect example. I watched the documentary, perfect example. When Barry Sanders retired, everybody's mad at him too.
Yep.
You know why?
Because he left early?
No, because when you're exceptionally good at something,
right,
people don't expect you to go try something else. Because you're exceptionally good at something, so
just do that.
God gave you this. Why are you just... So people fit the entitled thing. So like they feel like they have a... Since you're so exceptional, we have a part in all of this because we're watching you be great.
Right.
So don't take that away from us. That's how people feel.
That's how they feel.
That's why I think people feel.
Well, I just feel like as men, black men especially, coming from the places we come from, going through the things we go through, if we want to change, if we want to evolve, if we want to be better, and even if you feel like, and I don't even know if the word is better, if we just want to try something else, I feel like the door should be open for us to try other things. The other thing is that I feel like we are the ones that are always coming up, like I feel like that album is opening the door for somebody else to do an album like that album.
You know what the album did actually?
Yeah.
What I was reading was a bunch of producers loved it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yo, we can flip these beats and do this.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's all they were thanking him. Like, thank you, man. Thank you. Because then they would do, I seen some people put that album and his old rhymes over top of it.
Oh, yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
So it was like, it's a whole new, so he made something new. So like, something's coming out of it that.
Right.
Like the people like us that want the lyrics,
That's not the only album that's out that doesn't have lyrics.
No, but that's from what I'm saying is going to take someone like he's known as an artist. I mean, excuse me, a rapper.
Yeah.
So a rapper comes out with doing flute. I'm sure there's flutists, whatever you want to call it, are better than him. Mm-hmm. But he's in his lane. Everyone looks up to him, so they listen to the album. Like I would have never listened to someone playing the flute.
Right.
He kind of tricked me into listening to it because I was like, hey, it was Andre. Let me see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And then now he has other people. I don't even want to trick him, but they're listening to his album and they're getting inspired.
3 million streams in one day.
They're getting inspired to do other things.
Wow.
Yeah. So I saw this other video, and I know we said we weren't going to talk about pop stuff, but I found out, I think I have an angle now. I saw this video, and this guy was talking about, I wish I could have downloaded this. He was talking about how when we go to club, when's the last time you guys went to a club? Been to a club lately?
I'm just trying to think. No.
Not lately, right?
Last club I went to was we're in DR.
Yeah.
Mr. Cheeks performed.
Oh.
I see. That's
all
it.
right.
That's
We're not going to talk about that club. Listen, so he was talking though, if you go to a club today, or even if you think about the last time you did go to a club, he was saying that in the club, the music that they're playing, he's like, it's like murder music.
Yes.
So like the whole time you're in the club,
It's violence.
he said that they are like getting into your mind, and it's like, how are you really having a good time if every song is kind of like taking you towards killing somebody? It's like the music, the environment, you're drinking, maybe you're smoking, and you're listening to music that is getting into your mind and putting you in a mindset. And then it's crazy that on many occasions when you come out of the club, somebody's like, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
So talk to me about how, once again, so we talk about Andre 3000, he putting out flute music, but that music is, maybe it makes you feel calm.
Yes.
Maybe it makes you kind of vibe out. And so I feel like as listeners of music, of different things, I feel like we do need a variety of different stuff that we put into our ears, because maybe the outcome is either helping us positively or negatively.
Yeah. Well, have you heard Little Uzi Vert's song? There is no.
Never.
Well,
never.
I have
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
So there's this one particular song he has, and there's no lyrics. It's just
Okay.
straight music, like almost like a.
Oh, the thing when they do all that moving dance and stuff.
Pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But that I mean, that's almost like the same thing like Andre 3000 is doing.
Yeah. I agree.
And like that song right there is like a really, really big song.
Yes. I
You
just
don't
want to win.
You don't think that's like
Yeah.
Right.
so it's on the same level? That's just like back in the day when the white people would go to the raves and do all types of drugs and just dum.
Yeah.
Right. So that beat, again, like you said, it's going to change your vibes, going to get you into that. The lights flashing on and off, and it just beats, no really words.
Yeah.
And that type of get you revved up.
Yep.
And the opposite is probably get you calmed down. It's just, yeah.
So before we close this one out, do you guys feel like black men have the capability to change in our society as of right now today? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes. I'm a yes, and I just feel like more black men need to take a leap of faith.
That's the thing. No.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the point. That's the point. I say no because of that. They're not. No one. Most people know what to do, what's right and wrong, but they won't do it. So you're leaving it into their hands.
Right.
And people aren't going to. People aren't. Most in general, people are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are horrible people. They don't. They are. They just are. So you're asking people that mostly like are horrible
Yep.
to like take it upon themselves and change them for themselves for the good or bad.
Yep.
When people change themselves, it's usually something traumatic happens.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to be nice to my family because I got so drunk and did all these crazy things. Now I'm not going to drink anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I need something traumatic to happen, or someone passes, or someone, when you really don't need that. You need none of that.
Right.
But people, so you know what I mean? So they're not going to do, unless it's some outside source.
So I want to let any black man, Latino man, white guy who might be listening right now know that if you want to change, today's a good day.
Change.
You don't have to wait for something traumatic to happen in your life to change. You can decide right now. You're hearing my voice, and I'm here to tell you that if you're not happy with the direction your life is going, change. It's open.
Change it.
Change it. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Shaq.
Oh, Shaq, all right, yeah. Pause for these two. Right? Take a listen to this, everyone.
Recently just got into it with my dad, and
so what you need to do when you leave here, just call him and tell him you love him. That's it. Nothing to talk about. Doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. Dad, I love you and I respect you and I'll see you when I get home. Because one of the biggest mistakes I made, because I work a lot, so it's easy to go, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. So one day I get a call, my sister's no longer with us. So I'm already down, from that. And then I get another call, hey man, Kobe Bryant just passed away. And all I had to do was pick up the phone and say, hey, I miss you. Hey, I love you. Hey, what you doing? So after we get off this, don't go hang with these guys. Go in the back room, call your father and say, Dad, I love you. Everybody's going to have arguments. You're going to have fights, but I know you have respect for your father. Sometimes when we get older, we think they don't know what they're talking about, but just listen to what he's saying. If you agree, do it. If you don't agree, disrespectful, say, Dad, I don't agree. But you don't need to be fighting and going long distance, without talking to your dad. So after this, just call him and tell him you love him.
All right, so I saw this video, and it really resonated with me. Talking about forgiveness. What are your thoughts on this? I have some thoughts, of course. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been mad at somebody, and you took the high road? You decided to forgive, or you haven't forgiven? Is anybody want to talk about that? Anybody feeling like that? Like right now, are you holding a grudge against somebody in your family? Or even like, okay, I'll tell you my example. So Shaq talked about, hey, he's busy. So my sister, I always tell this story. My oldest sister, she used to work here at My People. Mm-hmm. And one day she came to the office and she wanted to talk to me about something. And I was in my office and I was busy. I don't know what I was doing. I was working on something. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go downstairs and talk to her. So I go downstairs and I'm like, what do you need? Now this is my big sister. So I always felt like I could be a little bit more mean to her because she's older than me, right? And so I just was like, what do you want? And her response was, because I was like mean out there, I feel like I was a little, kind of rushing her. She was like, don't worry about it. And so I was like, what? Go ahead. And then she said, don't worry about it. I'm good. And so I'll go back upstairs. I'm like, damn, she made me come downstairs, all this stuff. My sister passed away like a week and a half later, right? And I never got a chance to like talk to her again, like sit down and just talk to her. And so for me, it made me learn the lesson of when you see somebody, when they trying to talk to you, you got to give people their undivided attention. You got to be like locked in. Don't make them feel like you're so important and they're not that important. You know what I'm saying? And so, what about you guys? Any situations like that? Anything you're dealing with, working on?
I'm not mad at anybody in my family or anything like that.
Yeah.
In Shaq's case, when he was talking about his father, like my father lives in Texas, and I always make an effort to reach out to him. Just like I'll just text him throughout the day, like, right. Love you, pops. Like I went down to see him probably about a month or two ago. Mm-hmm. Took a whole bunch of pictures, so I'll take the pictures. Like me and him took a whole bunch of pictures together. Right. With my kids, and I'll take the pictures and like send them to him. Mm-hmm. Just so he can remember the moment.
Right. Nice. I like that.
And that's my pops, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I would do anything to be talking to my pops right now.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. To be able to have him and my mom. Right. Like I don't ever want that to go away. Yeah. And just try to cherish the moments.
Right. So yeah, very important. What you thinking, Zoe?
No, I'm not mad at nobody in my family. I don't have any grudges with anybody in my family. I don't think I do. Mm-hmm. And my dad, I talk to my dad here and there. It's not as close, but that just goes from like, you grow up. He wasn't in my life as much as maybe your dad. Not definitely not as much as your dad, because I know how you guys were. So right. It's kind of hard. I tell people it's almost like a friend. It's like my boy. Yeah. Right. So my boy goes away. He goes and have a family. I talk to him when I talk to him. It's my boy though. We cool all the time.
Right.
But so it's like that type of. It's funny. It's not the same type of relationship I have with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's nothing like that. Right?
Yeah.
It's totally different. So, and I tried to do the whole like, but it's not comfortable to me. It never was really comfortable.
Right.
So and that's how it is now. I'm fine with it. He's fine with it because there was nothing. Maybe that's why I'm so close to my son because there's nothing. I don't even know what I missed.
Yeah.
I know what I missed now with my son because I was talking to him the other day. I was like, a lot of these things we're doing. It's like I don't know because you're the first one I ever had a 17-year-old. I didn't have when I was 17. There wasn't no man to be like, yo, let's do this.
Right.
So so now you're 17. I'm still every age you get is new for me.
Yeah.
So I was like telling him things like that. But no, I don't have no grudges with anybody in my family.
But what about as you think about your life? Like you may be good today, but if you think about your life, have you had, like even if you talk about your dad, right? We talk about forgiveness. Right. Is there any point where you just said, you know what, me and him are not going to be how I might have wanted it in my mind, but I forgive him or I didn't forgive him. I don't know. I
have. That's what I'm saying. I have, but it still doesn't change the fact that like we cool.
Right.
It still doesn't change the fact when like a day comes, I'm gonna call you because you never were in the front of my mind. Right. Right. Yeah. Like my mom has been. Yeah. So things happen. I think of mom. Right. Like when things happen, first thing I don't think you're probably like the fifth person. Now you're not. You know what I mean? You're not in. So it's not.
You got a number of people that kind of have filled in the roles that he could have taken.
Right. So it's like, yeah, we're cool though. Like I'll forgive you, understand, you know, whatever.
Right.
But it ain't gonna be because he probably wants that too. But it's just weird. That's not how I feel about it. Yeah. I just don't. It's not. It was never like that. So I can't pretend to have a great relationship with you and you know what I'm saying? Because it was. You know, but I have forgiven him for everything that has transpired. He's told me what happened. Yeah. And fine. Mm-hmm. It doesn't change the fact of how I feel and how I move now. Right. Because of our relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it has helped. I told him it has helped your grandson. Right. Immensely. Like through you, he's great now because he understands that. And my son could talk to your granddad. He's his number. He calls him. Do whatever you want with him. Right. I'm not gonna. But if you and I'll still, if you call me, we go do stuff. Boom, boom. We can. I'm not opposed to any of that. Right. But it's just not a regular son-father relationship, you would think. Mm-hmm. That's all. Yeah,
yeah. What about you, Rob? In the history of your life, have you ever had a difficulty with forgiveness?
Not really. I'm more of a in the past, I used to not be able to forgive, but now that I've reinvented myself,
okay,
I'm definitely not the same person. So yeah.
So how did you make that change? What happened?
Just woke up one day and was like, I'm not gonna be the same person.
Okay. Okay.
I just
switch it up.
Switch it up, just like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So yeah, I thought that was a good video. I just wanted to put it out there. I felt like, like I said, I experienced a similar thing with forgiveness and I don't even know if it was forgiveness, but just making sure you give the time to people that they deserve and treating people with respect and making people feel a certain way when they're around you. I feel like I'm more cognizant of that as I have, just through the loss, and not want to have to go through that kind of experience again. So let's move on. Let's get to the next thing. What's next on the topics?
We got Raising Black Boys. That one.
Yeah, let's do that one.
That one. All right. So go ahead. You can introduce that one.
All right. So yeah, this is like growing up as a black boy. We all three of us were black boys at one point, and so I wanted to talk about discipline. If you remember, actually, because we're fathers as well, and we all have sons as well. So this is like a thing where I want you to think about yourself as a black boy and how you were disciplined, and then how you have disciplined your kids as a father. How has one impacted the other? Who wants to start off that? Rob, it's on you. How has one impacted the other? How has your raising, so when you think about yourself as a black boy, how were you brought up with discipline?
My mom was pretty strict. we have to sneak and do a lot of things because she was strict.
Yeah.
She also had to work, so I had a lot of free time to move around.
Right.
So when I did get punished, I was on punishment. Like I had to be in the room and couldn't do nothing. Mainly just in the room.
Just sitting in the room. How many siblings do you have?
Just me.
Just you? Okay, you're the only
child.
child. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I used to just have to be in the room for a while, and then, my mom, it would wear off probably about, I think the longest I've been punished is maybe like a week and a half.
Okay.
As far as not coming out of the room.
Right.
Probably lasted till about a month.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So you go to school, come home from school, and you have to go in your room.
Straight to the room.
And this is like, what age are you at this time?
This was up until I was probably about 14, 15-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
It used to hurt more as I got older because I couldn't go out.
And so would you say that this discipline?
She used to get whoopings, by the way.
Okay. So the whooping would be before you had to go. You get the whooping on the forefront,
and then to the room.
Then the discipline for the next month.
It would vary.
Okay.
As far as like that day, like when you found like whenever the punishment started,
right? It
would be either you go to the room for a little bit, you're gonna get the whooping later, or you just get it then and then go to the room.
Yeah. Okay. So sometimes it'd be wait till I get home.
Right.
You're gonna be in that room, and then I'm gonna get that whooping later. So you got to think about the whooping all day. Okay.
Right.
What about you, Zoe? What do you want to?
I used to get beatings too.
Yeah.
We call them beatings. I don't know if that's politically correct nowadays. But yeah, it's good.
So the discipline was straight to the whooping. You just get just right out the gate.
That's why you wouldn't do anything.
Right.
Nowadays kids don't care because they don't
care
about the
whoopings.
whoopings.
Yeah. Or they don't care about
whatever it is. That don't happen no more.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of reason why I was good, because you get whoever found out in the family thought it was wrong would beat you.
Right.
Whip you, whatever you want to call it, give you a spanking.
So you had discipline from all types of people in your family.
Yes.
So your mom, who else?
My uncles maybe find out. They want to punch you and stuff.
Okay.
They don't want belts.
Yeah.
They want to fight you.
Yeah.
Right.
Take a swing on you.
Chest hit you. This bunch of this pain.
Yeah.
It's just a different way to shell out like pain.
Right.
Don't do it again type things.
Yep.
So yeah, just discipline was spankings, whatever you want to call those. Go find a switch.
Yeah.
Go get a belt.
So were you punished after the spanking?
Same as you, depending on if she was available, or if they were available.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to mess. If I do something in a moment, it could be right now.
Right.
Because she just like, what?
She's grabbing the belt.
Or it could be like someone tells her, wait till I see you. Like wait till I get home. So now you're just waiting like, when you come home.
But that's what I'm saying though. So after you get the spanking though, are you on punishment? Like, or is the spanking the punishment?
No, well, it depended, right? Because then, like, my mom was she'd feel bad afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she'd go in, man, you in the room. I knew that. So I'd be like, I'll be milking it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And then she'd be like, all right, yeah. But it was still like, nah, you were still on eggshells, but I was so nice to her because I didn't want her to freak out again. So it's like, all right, can I go out? Like, yeah, go to the store, then you can go outside for a little bit. Like, go grab this, and I go outside. And then, like, what time I gotta come in? She'd be like, 8. I'll be in at 7:50. You know what I'm saying? Because she just thank you for letting me go out. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. Sometimes she would punish me. So it was like you never knew. I knew I was getting beaten.
Yeah.
But I had no idea how
long the punishment was.
Right. If it was going to be one, or she'd be like, maybe something's coming up. Like, and you can't go to that next month.
So the question I have though, this is the real question. What was the level in your minds, the level of trauma associated? Like if you were to look at your life now and say, the whoopings or the discipline that I had as a young person, this was the level of trauma that it brought into my life, or whatever your thoughts are on it. So if you think about it from a global, like a larger scale, and you say, okay, now I've been through all of this stuff, what level of trauma have you had to endure based on the discipline styles that your parents have decided to use against you when you were growing up?
Hasn't hurt me at all. I think nothing.
No.
I think without it,
no trauma.
I don't have trauma from like the way she disciplined me, or when I was disciplined, because when I was disciplined, it was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like things were happening because I did something I shouldn't have done. It wasn't like you like how they like say you watch a Lifetime movie, comes in, he doesn't close the screen doors, and they throw something and hit him like child abuse. It wasn't child abuse,
Right.
right? So that's how it is now. People think you got to separate child abuse from being disciplined. I was disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
There was no child abuse in there.
Right.
It was if I was a good, like my sister didn't never get spankings.
Yeah.
She ain't never do nothing wrong. She was always cool.
Yeah.
Me, I was always trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how most kids are.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays you have to find an alternate way because they can call DCF, they could do it, and you just discipline your kids. No child abuse involved.
Right.
So I think in my case it wasn't no trauma. I think it was needed. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hurt me at all. I didn't getting older and knowing what it is. It wasn't child abuse. So
Yeah.
I think it was needed.
Okay. What do you think?
No, mine wasn't. I don't have any trauma from it.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, so one of the things, but as father, so you mentioned, do you discipline the same way you were disciplined?
No.
Whoopings, no whoopings at all, never.
I have.
I got a whole thing about that, but no.
What do you mean you have a whole thing against? You don't like it, or what?
No, I just feel like it would probably be like for a whole different show.
Yeah.
I feel like the way I was raised, like nowadays you have to raise your kids a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. I thought about the way I disciplined my kids before I did it,
Yeah.
and that was just it. I just did. It wasn't really like emotion.
Yeah.
I didn't spank, like my kids didn't get spankings. I didn't whoop them or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I did more talking to them
Yeah.
than anything, because they weren't on like punishment or anything like that, because I was always forgiving. So
Yeah.
it was more just in the moment and just me just explaining to them what it was that they did wrong,
Right.
and what they could do to make it better. And then I'm the type of person, I just always bring it up so they never forget about it.
Okay.
And then,
Remind them.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then that's what it was.
See, one of the things I feel like with the discipline that I received and the discipline that I might have given out, especially to my son, not my daughters. My daughters pretty much got away with whatever they want.
Right.
It's
like that crippled them, or my kid, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, just kids in general, by the way, just for
letting them get away with it.
Not letting them get away with it. Yes, but then they get away with so much. So when they get older, it's like they feel like they're gonna get away with it, but you can't.
Right.
Because now you got to deal with it.
But see, my thing is like it's like when with my son, and even I don't know how my father felt when I used to get disciplined. Like I used to get whoopings and different things, but it's like there's like this affront. I feel like with my son, it was like I would find myself being more angry at him for something he might have done. Angry, like feeling an emotion of like anger about it, as opposed to having more of a mindset of, okay, I'm disappointed. I'm not angry at you. And so when I'm disappointed, it's being able to like have the mindset to say, yo, let's talk about what I'm disappointed about. Right. When you're angry, you're just responding. Mm-hmm. You're just doing something. And so I found myself, and the thing that I realized is that it was me. Like there was something wrong with me. It wasn't something wrong with him. Right. It was that, like, it's like in retrospect, I had to like literally say to myself, like, yo, why are you so mad? Like, what are you mad about? Yo. Like he's doing something, right? But as a parent, I'm supposed to be like up here and be able to say like, he's doing something. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. And I want to be able to help him not do the thing that he's doing that's wrong. But instead, I was like, yo, this dude is doing something, and it was making me furious. And so it's like, when you're furious, and I feel like that's the same thing with our parents, is that they, in some ways, like, it's almost like you're doing something to them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like you do, like
it's like you're living through them, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I used to feel that way. I used to feel like I'd get mad at my son, and for stuff, basketball in particular. And I'm living through him.
Right.
You know, it's like, it's not fair.
Right. And so that's the same, even with sports, same thing. Yeah. Like I'm wanting my son to do stuff that I can't do. Like you gotta block these guys better. Yeah. And so what I found myself, what I had to literally do, like I do all this manhood tree talk, I had to do for myself what I be trying to get other men to do. I had to say like, yo, take a chill pill, bro. Like you going to the football game, if you can't control yourself, go over there. don't be involved. You know, because like it was like I'm putting more stress on him for him. He's giving his best, right. And it's like I'm telling him like, yo, why aren't you doing this? As if I could go out there and do better, right? And then even with the discipline, it's like I'm disciplining him like he did something to me in the worst possible way. And then I had to look at myself and say like, yo, is this how you want him to grow up? And is this what you want him to learn? And how he's gonna operate in the world where the first man he knows, the man he sees every day, when somebody does something they don't like or something they're not supposed to do, I turn into a beast.
Right. And
so he's thinking, well, when things don't go the way you want, become a beast.
That's why I took a different approach.
And that's why I decided, but you know what I'm saying? I had to talk to myself to tell myself like, and it's like funny because out in the community, this is what happens all the time. And I don't care what you guys people think online. We be out in the community and you got on your little shirt and tie and you're just a nice guy. Everybody thinks you're wonderful. And then at home, you're a monster. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we can't be a monster at home. At home, you're supposed to be your best self. You should be able to kick your feet up, be happy. And so I just feel like it's like one of those things where if we don't do a lot of talking, like what I would like to do is talk to like a new father and say to him, what are you going to do? Like right now, this little baby is the most beautiful thing you could ever see. Everybody loves a baby. Mm-hmm. But in 5 years, you'd be ready to whoop their butt. And it's like, no, but I think it's because nobody ever talks to a new father and says like, have you thought about what you're going to do when your kid needs discipline, when they need to be pointed in a different direction, when they need help or whatever? Have you thought about it? They don't think about it. And then we just resort back to whatever happened else. Before you know it, you popping them upside the head and all of these different things. And so it's crazy.
I feel like it's easier to raise a kid. It's easy all the way until your kid gets up to about 15, 16-ish. Mm-hmm. That's when the real parenting starts.
Mm. Tell me about it.
Everything before is just all building them up and getting them in their ways.
Right.
Right when they're able to start thinking for themselves, like life really hits them, mm-hmm. That's when your real parenting starts.
Right.
So that's why I took the approach to talk to I always wanted my kids to be able to talk to me before they could talk to anybody.
Right.
So I always made our relationship more friend, mm-hmm. but I'm still your parent.
Right.
So come talk to me about whatever you need.
Yeah.
That's just the way I always wanted. So now my son is 24, my daughter's 20. Mm-hmm. We talk about whatever.
Right.
Like they can come to me and talk to me about anything.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
Like I love it.
It's very important. That's how I'm like with my son. That's how I try to be with him. Like I said, my daughters, my daughters go to their mom a lot. You know, like their mom.
See, I'd rather have my daughter come to me.
I think that just then my older daughter was here for Thanksgiving, and my younger daughter, she just came back from college for the first time, right? And what I said to my wife is that my goal is for us to have a good weekend, like a good time together. Because usually what happens is I'll say something that gets them all out of whack. And it's like usually a joke. It's like I think it's funny, they don't think it's funny, and then for the rest of the weekend we're not talking. And it's like you just got to get them to the airport, get them out of here, right? And what I did this weekend is made an effort to say like things that I think are funny, I'm gonna keep them in my head this weekend. I didn't say anything funny, right? And my older daughter, I got her to the airport this morning. Every day they were here, hugs every day. We're giving hugs. It was good. Everybody's positive. My younger daughter, I kept my little comments to myself. One time, she burnt the cornbread for Thanksgiving. Oh. But I let it go. She said, "See, Dad, you're getting me going." And I said, "Yep."
Have you ever gone days without talking to like your kids, like due to the fact you're being angry with them?
No, not angry, but I don't talk to them.
We're just upset with them.
Not due to anger. I don't talk to my kids every day though. Not the ones that are like out of the house.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
But I talk to them at least once a week. They, like me and my older daughter, we always talk. And then my younger daughter talks to her mom like at least 5 to 10 times a day.
So if you get
at college,
like even with them being older, the ones that are out of the house, do you get, if you guys are angry at each other, will you go like days without talking to them?
Not me. They might not want to talk to me, but like I said, I'll still kind of like
try
to talk
to
to them.
I'll text them like,
yeah,
you know,
but it's like
I always want to keep the line of communication open.
I feel like with my daughters, we just have a different sense of humor. Like they don't have a sense of humor, and I have a very good sense of humor, but they don't like my kind of jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they'll just be like, "Screw you, Dad," and I was like, they don't say that word, but they'll, they don't want to deal with me, and so I'll make my way back in. Like I just slowly kind of creep my way back in, and then they're good to go. My son, he gets my jokes. Him and me, good to go. And so, and I agree with the point you made before though. I feel like right now, like what I'm trying to do, like me and my dad, we had when I was a kid, but as I became a young adult, as I became a man, me and my father were thick as thieves. And I look at fatherhood as something that's the thing I don't think people think about. So if you beat your kids, beat them down, do all this stuff when they're a kid, how are you going to develop a relationship with them later? And so me and my father had a great relationship. I would go see him every week. He worked here, all that kind of stuff. And so that's the same thing. Like I'm trying to set my kids up for that now, where when they have an opportunity to be anywhere in the world, they still want to come home.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to get them to do. Is like I want to go home and see my dad and see my mother and spend time with our family. And family is important. But the only way that's going to happen is if they feel comfortable, if they feel happy when they're around us. And so that's why sometimes I got to shut up.
Yeah,
I got to
come around and you always
joking around. Like
not even more just the jokes. They get over that, but more just like.
Nah, they don't get over my jokes. they don't like them. I don't know why.
The jokes might be like low blow.
Yeah, that's how I do
low
jokes.
Low jokes.
Yeah.
You burnt the cornbread again. You burnt it again. That's what they're gonna say.
Got some D's on your report card again.
That's the guy that gotta watch myself.
Yeah.
All right, so but it's the great thing is that, like you said, when they get past a certain age, I don't know if we're disciplining anymore.
No.
We're trying to we might give them a little guide, but we're not.
I feel like I'm their guidance count, like I'm trying to guide
Yeah.
you.
How you get through life now? How do you get to this next level? Definitely. So that's exciting because I like my son, he's 16, he's a junior in high school. We're talking about where is he going to go to college and different things like that. And it's like he doesn't really do anything that's like bad, you know what I'm saying, per se. Like it's not like he's sneaking girls in the house and different things. So we talk about, okay, you want to go to this school, we're going to go see the school, things like that, and just normal stuff, What are you doing with your life? So, all right, let's move on.
What do you got?
Anger management.
Boom, it's up.
So I do some like motivational speaking with a local football team. We're not going to say any names, all right?
The colors you're wearing?
No.
No.
So the football team loses a game, and one of the players loses his stuff. He just basically takes his football helmet, slams it on the ground. He's cursing and just mad, so angry. And I want to talk about like anger management. What do we do for young black men that are so pissed off with the world and they're just walking around expressing that every day of their life?
So what do we do?
Yeah, what can we do for them? How can we help them?
You have to set up. Well, I think you have to set up things in place, right? So you have to. So the team, like I was a part of a team. I coached.
Yeah.
I was the JV coach. I wasn't the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But my cousin was the head coach, and the systems that he had in place, that would never happen, right? Because he had systems in place for that to happen.
Right.
Like for instance, before the season, like we met with the parents and the kids. They all signed like contracts of how they supposed to act.
Yep.
And what was going to happen if they didn't act this way, like the consequences of your actions. So you have them all out. You're going to sign this, right? So we expect things from you during the whole year as a contract. It's like anything. So like during the year, a lot of things wouldn't happen because of this contract. Like, all right, you can do that, but one, like for example, if say like let's say practice, they don't want to come to practice. Most kids, I ain't going. So we be like, all right, you got 3 chances. The fourth one, you have 4 chances because you have like a definite. You have some chances.
Yeah.
But the last one, like you're gone. You're just gone. So
Yeah.
no
Off the
exceptions.
team.
No
Yeah.
exceptions at all.
Yeah.
So when things like that will happen, you would just be off the team. So if we're in a game and you yell at a coach, you might just go to the locker room. You're gone.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Maybe you can get your family. So like in that situation, I don't think that like let the kid do what he does. But see, that never happened in that situation because it wouldn't have got there with the
Because of the system you had set up.
place. So you allowed that. That's whoever they allowed that to happen because there's no systems in place.
So the question is, so as a coach, you have to have systems in place that say that the structure of this team is more important than your talent.
Yes, definitely.
Always,
we're all,
right?
Yes. We're all here to learn.
Yes.
You go to school first and foremost, and you can't go play anywhere if you act that way. That doesn't look good on anyone.
Right.
So these are all discussions you have first. So like we all think if you're doing that, that's like you understand that you're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Because we already discussed that you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're going through, like I've had kids about to blow up, like yo, you know what you're about to do, right? Just go ahead.
Just
you
do
know
it.
exactly about to happen.
Yeah.
And you know what they'll do? They won't. They'll think.
Yeah.
Because you want to play basketball more than I want to coach you.
Yeah.
Like you want to play football more than like we just do this for the kids. You're trying to do whatever, and we're just trying to structure in the right way. So I think systems have to be in place, like people. Maybe need people that the kids would trust and they can talk. So that would never get to that,
right?
Because that's been happening.
If
that happened in the year, it's been happening. You can imagine behind closed doors what's happening with that kid,
right?
But it has to be that, and you can't be afraid for like games. Because that's not important. The wins are not important as a coach.
Right.
High school coach people think that. I think the most important is that kid knows how to deal with his anger.
So how can we help him? How can we help? So I like the whole thing about systems.
Yeah.
But what are some specific things? Maybe somebody's listening right now. What advice would you give for somebody that has a son who's 16, 17 years old? And has totally no control over their emotions.
I think maybe you get to mentor someone he likes.
Okay.
I'm sure he does. If he's an athlete, he's someone he looks up to.
Yeah.
And have that person, and you and that person, maybe you can talk to him. And explain the importance of, because I'm sure, sports is easier because obviously the kids have goals. He has goals. So it's easier to get to the kid. So it's like if he thinks, if Rob was the coach and he loved the way Rob, played and he heard about him, how good he was, hey Rob, can you and the kid go sit down and you can talk to him how you acted like that or you didn't like that or what happened and how you need to, and maybe that will get to the kid and he can understand like the consequences of his actions that way instead of screaming at him, yelling at him, like get back in line. He needs someone you have to at that point I think you have to find someone or something that could reach the kid where he's going to listen. Right now, whoever you put in front of him, if you don't have no connection to him, he ain't gonna hear it. You're yelling at him and things.
Rob, you want to add anything to that?
I don't know, maybe like I don't really know.
No?
When you were mad, when we played basketball, right? Were you ever mad and lashed out? Why were you mad? Can you think like what made you mad?
No, I get that, but I mean, as far as like the treatment,
yeah. Well, no, I don't want you to say treatment because I wanted to take it from a Rob level, a Zoe level, an Abdul level. What do you feel like you could do to help a young black man, a young Latino man, a Caucasian kid who's spazzing out every time things don't go their way? If you were to be able to come across that young person, what do you feel like each of us could be able to do to be able to help them? Because I feel like when we say treatment, that means somebody else is going to do it.
right?
And I feel like we got to take a little responsibility for our community and say, like this kid, my plan on Monday is
That's a tough one,
Yeah, go ahead.
Normally, you want to be away from, I stay away from a kid like that.
Yep. You want to keep space between you and him.
Right.
But he's going to be out there in the community.
No, I get it.
That's like those are the ones that grab guns.
Right. That's not my kid, so it's like,
Yeah.
let me just stay away. So that's why when you're like, what could I do?
Yeah.
I don't know because not to even sound crazy, but like I wouldn't even. I don't want to be around that.
Right. But if you
Like,
were,
if you
were a coach, if you were a coach,
probably shit.
It's difficult. That's what
jump
I'm
in.
saying.
What would you do?
That's what
I mean.
saying.
You got your system.
That's
I hear
right.
that.
That's going to work. That works. I know that works. So I would never.
So your answer is
You
the answer is that we next year with the team
we're putting these.
we need to
systems in
have
place.
a tighter system
Yep.
to assure respect.
Because you can't do it, and you can't do it now.
Now
You
this
can't
is
do it
my
anymore.
dilemma though. This is the dilemma that the last game was the other day,
Yep.
and this is how he acted at the last game.
Yep.
Now I'm not sure if he's a junior or senior. I hope he's a junior.
Mm-hmm.
That means he's going to come back next year. But to me, it's like we got to do something now because
talk with him.
This-
You could just. I mean, the only thing you
Yeah.
can do is talk to him and try to.
Reach him.
I feel like it's more than it's like we got to engage
What
him.
else could you do though?
I gotta engage him. Number one is I gotta engage him. I gotta get him to trust me, to believe in somebody.
What is he like? That's what it is.
What is he like?
Yes.
Because it's like one of those things that's so very interesting. So his emotion, his anger, his style, that's how he plays the game. Like he's all out, just a wild boy, like chow. And it's he's either a champion or a failure in his mind. This is what's going on.
Right.
And so for me, it's like I want to catch him now. The season's over. It's like, but you're gonna do this in class too.
That's what I'm saying. It could be more than just.
Yes.
Oh yeah, wherever he has a problem, he's lighting the world on fire.
Right.
And what I want to do is say to him like, yo, you don't have to light the world on fire. And in this world, you can't operate like that all the time. Like this might work when you're playing football, when you're on the field and you let your emotions out, but you have to have respect. You have to have control. You have to be able to deal with disappointment. And you have to be able to control yourself because you can't walk around in the world where every time you get mad, you just light everything up.
So that's what I do then. I just be able to have a talk.
Yep.
I mean, that's the only thing you can do because after that, everybody's accountable for their own actions.
Well, I want to catch him before he has to get accountable for those actions. Right now,
He's already had some accountability.
oh, of course he has.
Yeah,
in his life, yeah.
It just ain't get to this point where it's
Right.
catastrophic.
But
It's just,
but the thing is that this is one of those things where you can see the path. Because all of this, if this same behavior.
What do you do if you keep talking to him, you keep having repeated conversation with him, the same conversation, and keep actually doing?
At a certain point, like we said, it is his life, right? He's gonna get a choice. But I'm the kind of person where it's like
on the team, then what?
On the team, no. If we put the structures in place,
that won't happen.
He just be off the team.
Right.
I feel like I agree with that. I feel like the team could have used more structure because some of the behaviors they would have just been off the team and just been like, sorry. But
there are rules.
Follow the rules. I'm all for that. But what I'm saying, like now the season's over. There ain't no team. He's gonna do this same behavior out in the community now.
You tie everything. He wants to. I don't know the kid, but I assume he wants to play sports.
Well, if he's a junior, you could still tie it in and be like, "Oh,
they got spring track.
I just want to catch him before either he's the one that grabs the tool or somebody else grabs the tool to calm him down. It's one or the other. This is the role we're talking about. And so I just want him to be able to say, like you said, like you made a great statement at the beginning of the show. You said, I'm going to the gym, so if I got to get out of some place, right? When you're young, though, you don't think like that. You don't be thinking, I'm going to the gym to get out. You'd be going to the gym, so just in case I get into something, I'm good.
I don't want to get into nothing. I want to get out of it.
That's a grown man, though. Right. Grown men be like, fight or flight. Let me see. There's this door. This room has 4 doors. I'm going through one of these joints, right?
Another day.
And so we want him to be able to think like that, to be able to say, like, wait a second. I have a long life that I'm trying to live. And when I get angry like this, it puts me in a situation where if I'm doing this in certain environments, it might turn out negatively for me and put me in a position that I don't want to be. And so it's almost like we talked before. You create a beast and then it's like you can't stop being the beast now. You're the Incredible Hulk all the time. And now it's like, but where can you own? Where are places where you can be the Incredible Hulk all the time? There's only one place you can do that, and even in that place, there is some structure. So you go in there being Incredible Hulk. Somebody else who's a bigger Incredible Hulk is gonna teach you how to calm down, and it's not gonna be in the way that we want. So I want to catch him out here.
Find his likes.
Yeah.
Find out what the kid likes.
It all comes down to their parents, though. Really.
Yeah, but you can't. Yes,
parents. I don't. Like I said, I don't know the whole situation. Yo,
really tough.
That's why we have to ask these questions because this is what's happening out there. This is what we're dealing. These are real life things.
Kids show up. When my cousins is online, one of her kids are pretty big, 6 foot tall, 16 years old, female.
Yeah.
The kid, the boy said, about 6 feet. She said some grown people were trying to fight her kids. Like took a bus over to East Hartford to fight her. Some grown people,
right?
Because their kids they got in a scuffle with my little cousins. And my little cousins don't like people bullying, so they like stop bullying and beat up the bullies type thing.
Right.
So the bullies' parents came to East Hartford to fight my little cousin. Like they're little kids.
Right.
The family, the kid. I mean the
grown
mother,
folks.
Yes, the mother and the father came with some people. Like you're grown people.
Yeah.
We're all trying to. So it's like. The whole, kids raising kids.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, they were, little babies. They're 10, 15, maybe years apart. So they're kind of in that same little cycle. But like again, you get to the kid, you're gonna find some interest, and then he needs to really meet adults.
Yes.
Adult because you're 18. You're not an adult. You need to meet a real adult who cares, who's thinking about 5 years, 10 years about your life, your future. So most people in his life probably aren't thinking about that. They're thinking about like right now.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks from now, I got to check in 2 weeks. So he doesn't have those type of adults in his life.
Right.
So like when I say the structure, like where we went at school I coached at, kids are the same way.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing about the structure is during the whole year, the teachers and everything will call on my cousin.
Right.
Discipline the kids. Basketball's even in session.
Yeah.
But they'll listen to him.
Right.
They listen to nobody in the school. He ain't even near. But can you please call it? Can you talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what are you doing? All right, coach, I won't do it. They won't do it no more.
Right.
Because we put the structure in it,
yep.
and then they end up looking up to us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man.
So you're saying that we need more adults to be like adult, men man. That are gonna say like I'm gonna be I'm gonna stand in this position for you.
Most good coaches are adults.
Right.
They're not friends with the kids. Like you could be cool, but we're not cool.
Yeah.
You play for me, man. We can joke every now and then, but you got to be an adult.
Right.
It's not like that. I think they all want to be friends with the kids, and it's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's powerful. So I'm gonna give it a shot. My goal is to meet with this young man and talk to him and see if I can provide him with some support so that at least I can be able to say I was trying to be able to help him get better control over himself.
That's all you can really do.
And never stop dreaming.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. All right. So we're getting towards the wrap up. The question, this is like something we ask every week. What is some manhood-ish you did this week? What is some manhood-ish? Do we have a little promo for that? Do you got a little?
See, I think we do.
Little manhood-ish that we did this week. You're our guest, Rob. Did you do any manhood-ish this week in the last 7 days?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Did a lot of stuff. It's just just trying to better myself.
Yep.
Better my life. Better my situation mainly.
Yep. Okay.
What I can say is just like people to know that it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Tell us more about that. I like that.
So yeah, it's a big thing with me.
Mm-hmm.
With just everybody in general, just people in general,
yep.
Everyone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you could be like you could just be talking to somebody, just having a normal conversation,
mm-hmm.
and you could be trying to get your point across. And if you're screaming at the person trying to get your point across,
right,
they're going to take it a whole different way as opposed to not screaming.
Right.
Using your words different.
Yeah.
Somebody's making a lot of noise. Excuse me. If it's possible, could you keep it down? As
mm-hmm.
opposed to shut up.
Right.
You know, just your approach and talking to people, your kids.
Yeah.
My kids, same thing. Just it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
I like it.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real manhood stuff right there. Just everything you just said is to me some manhood-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Zoe? What you got? What did you do in the last 7 days? Manhood.
What's today?
Saturday.
We thought it was Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought it was Saturday yesterday.
Yeah, what did I?
Y'all must have had a heck of a Thanksgiving then.
What did I do? You know what? For long, I didn't do anything. From Tuesday, I didn't go to the gym.
Wow.
I open up my laptop.
Wow.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I haven't done nothing till then, so I feel kind of like it's been a long time.
You needed to get out.
So I just chilled. No, I didn't do anything. I just watched movies.
So you did some self-care?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Just chilled.
You know what?
I didn't rack my brain with nothing. I was like,
I'm cool with that.
it's 5 weeks into the year.
Yep.
You know, 2024. I'm thinking so. I just relaxed, but I didn't try to. I did the last thing with the community conversations about the cannabis stuff with Tiffany and them. Then that was it. I didn't open the laptop. Just chill, man.
We're gonna be having self-care Saturday in a couple of weeks. I need you to come videotape that. Let me give you a date while I'm thinking about it.
You coming self-care Saturday, Rob?
It's actually on December the 2nd at 6 o'clock. You should come. We're going to be giving out manicures and pedicures.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask. Like, what's going on in this whole...
Yeah, so we basically, it's like, this is our first event. We're going to do manicures and pedicures for the first one. Because a lot of guys don't get pedicures. And I feel like maybe you don't go get a manicure, but you should get a pedicure because foot care is very important. And so, you know, when you're getting your feet done all the time, it makes you stay on top of things. It might be a sign if your toenails aren't right or something like that, that it might be something going on. So this is a event we're going to do. Then we're going to do another one where we get facials and massages. And so that'll be coming up next year. But we're going to start off with this one. So self-care Saturday, December 2nd, 6 p.m. And we got about 10 guys that we're going to take out there and do it up. Should be nice.
Bam.
And then, my manhood-ish that I did this week. I feel like whenever I have all of my kids in one place, I feel like a Superman.
Like
yeah. I feel like
I'm a seize here.
My grandson was here. My grandson is, he's 5 years old now. And he's like, you know how somebody, you can see him kind of like coming into their own a little bit. He was comfortable around the family. He was happy. Like I said, I was keeping my little jokes to myself and keeping everybody chill. I was like, even though I wanted to kind of like relax, I was like, hey, you guys want to go somewhere? So I take everybody out. We go to my brother's house. I saw all of my brothers. I don't know, there's this running joke on the show that my brothers hate me. And so...
They talk to you? They talk to you?
Yeah. I saw all my brothers. 2 of them came to Thanksgiving, and we had to talk about it. And then I went to my brother Omar's house yesterday. He was really mad at me, like. But the good thing is that.
So he's watching this?
Did you guys get it all together?
Yeah, we're cool. We're good.
Is he watching though, or did he hear from someone
else?
No,
Deshelle sends the clip to his wife, and then she shows it to him.
Our media person now. She sends our clips down.
But the good thing about it is that even when my brothers are mad at me, they're not mad at me. You know what I'm saying? My brothers love me. I just want to give them a round of applause. Do you figure it out? Yes, that's for my brothers.
Why can't you hear that?
Yes. You can't hear that?
No, I just missed the whole...
It's good. It's a round of applause.
They can hear it.
But the point is I'm making that when I'm with my kids, all of my kids, and then, of course, even the whole family, like, for Thanksgiving, I do the prayer. And, like, I'm not the best prayer. My dad is the person, but now I'm like my dad. I'm like the leader.
You gotta fill that role.
I gotta fill the role. And so those things make me feel like a man. That's like,
cut the turkey and all that.
I cut the turkey. I was like,
you guys got the electric joint?
No, I had just a big knife. Yeah, I just had a big knife, and I was just like, then I was like, Deshelle, take this over. But so that's good stuff. All right, let's wrap up the show with a little brotherly advice. What do you got, Zoe? Give us something to get us out of here.
Common sense isn't all that common.
Common sense
isn't all that common.
Could you elaborate on that? Could you give us a little bit more
common
on that?
sense? Like, hey, this morning, when you walk into a house and you say good morning to someone, what do you expect people to say back?
Good morning.
And they don't, you're like, what the?
Right.
And then you think it's you, and then the next person behind you says it, and they don't either. It's like, man.
Right.
So now they just messed up my whole vibe. I just said good morning to you, just.
So you gotta keep your vibe no
matter what.
Yeah.
Common sense would tell a person to say it back.
Right.
But maybe they just thought it goes one way. I just thought it goes both ways.
Yes.
But it didn't. So it's not all that common.
Common sense isn't all that common. All right, Rob, what you got? A little brotherly advice.
Wash your hands.
Nice.
Wash your hands.
This is a good one.
My wife loves this. Right?
Yo, I don't touch anything that like in the public.
Yeah.
Like I don't touch or I don't open the door. Like the doors,
what's the
I
name?
always go like this.
Escalators.
Okay.
Escalators in the mall.
Yeah.
Pump the gas. I have a glove.
Okay. That's good.
Wash my hands all the time.
Why is that? Why are you so
Because COVID.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
I was watching a couple of videos and it was showing how germs pass like through your hand, like just from you touching something and somebody else touching it, the same thing, and like
I like
wash
it.
your hands.
I like it. I like it. That's a good one. All right, here's my little brotherly advice. Hey, you don't have to say the joke every time. It's not always funny to everybody. I know you think it's funny.
Isn't that funny right there? What he just said?
What I think it's funny? Yeah.
What he just said about the whole situation this past weekend.
Do I think it was funny?
I said, what he just said, it was real funny from
How I use it. I built up to that.
Oh, yeah.
I built up.
Situation.
This is
You
what
try to.
I build up the whole show
we
to
do
get to this point.
Like comedians do that. Right?
Yeah. I'm
Bring it back.
a freaking comedian. I know. On this show, I can tell jokes. But yeah, man. Sometimes as men, I think that we feel like we just have, since we rule over everything, we can say whatever we want, wherever we want, do whatever we want. But I'm saying sometimes bite your lip, bite your tongue. You don't have to say everything. You don't want to ruffle everybody. It doesn't take anything away from your manhood to not say something. Sometimes you're actually a bigger man for being quiet. And so that's what I got for you guys. We'll be back next week. On Tuesday at 6, my son has his first playoff game, so we won't be back on Tuesday, but hopefully the week after that, we'll be back. If not, we'll just do it on the weekend like we've been doing. But if you want to find the Manhood Tree podcast, go to the Manhood Tree page on the Manhood Tree on Facebook. And pretty soon we'll be on YouTube and Twitch. And I'm very excited. Any final comments before we go, Rob?
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's it. So, anything you want to say to the people before we go?
I'll see you next time.
All right, and I just want to say to everybody, peace, 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 and we'll see you next week. Never stop dreaming. And that's it.
Ow!